Flare Network is the place to build finance, folks, and it is starting with XRP, but it will go further. Look at this. This is Hugo Fillion over here, almost $300 million TVL total value locked. Flare is the place to build with XRP, and then Doge, then BTC, then other projects. Flare is doing so much, oracles, data, you name it, being a layer 1. So starting with XRP, the XRP Fi on Flare is going higher, much higher. This is 15 hours ago, 6 days after Firelight Fi launch. DeFi Llama starts tracking. Flare Networks looking good here, folks. Check this out. Total value locked in DeFi, $292.72 million, folks. Awesome. By the way, I saw a post over here from Jesus Rodriguez. Had a blast in this chat about Firelight and XRP5 with Hugo Fillion and Crypto Wendy. Check it out. Let's check this video out to see what is happening, folks. Hugo Fillion, amazing DeFi on XRP announced, Flare and Firelight, Crypto Wendy. You have to check this out yourselves. 29 minutes. We're going to be looking at a small piece of this from here.
Solution. Now, I'm going to break this question to both of you, or if you both want to chime in on it. But I've heard the term XRP awakening. Can you guys chime in as to what that is about and explain to the audience?
Absolutely. So Flare is built to effectively allow the huge amount of value, which is the majority of value in crypto, from non-smart contract assets to be used with smart contracts and on Flare. Effectively, those assets can be easily labeled as Bitcoin, XRP, XLM, Litecoin, Dogecoin, maybe a few others. This represents over 60% of the value of the entire crypto market. And today, those assets are not really being used very broadly in decentralized finance. And so Flare has been entirely built around the premise of, okay, people want to use these, but they want to use them in a decentralized way. They don't want to go to a centralized third party. So Flare has built out an entire stack based around data, which that decentralized data allows for us to build protocols on top of that data that mean that we can use those assets in a purely decentralized way. And the first asset we're going for, and the thing we're really excited by, is being able to use XRP in DeFi on Flare, and potentially using Flare's protocols across other chains also. So that's why we call it an XRP awakening. XRP holders have not been able to really get yield other than through centralized third parties, which have often gone to the wall, like Celsius. Flare represents, for XRP holders, the first time that they'll really be able to dig deep into DeFi with their XRP in a purely decentralized way. And that's why we call it an awakening. We are awakening the value of XRP.
Yeah, the XRP army is going to love it. They love it on all my socials. So I'm excited about this. And then, Jesus, did you want to chime in on this as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think Hugo sort of encapsulated very well. I think this type of first generation chains, let's say XRP, XLM, they have survived every bear market. In crypto, they have very deep liquidity in centralized exchanges, but they never. So the market at some point bifurcated between the assets that were DeFi friendly and the ones that weren't. And as a result, a lot of all these holders never seen a yield in their lives. So and XRP is not part of the entire DeFi build up, right? Cannot be using programmable the DeFi workflows. So the idea of bringing XRP and DeFi via wrapping, via staking, is a big endeavor, because essentially you're bringing one of the biggest asset in crypto assets to DeFi to be part of all those workflows. So it can unlock a massive amount of TVL for the space.
Awesome. And then talk to us a little bit about adoption. Like, how has adoption been so far? And then what do both of you gentlemen feel about what is driving demand?
Absolutely. So we've constrained adoption on Flare. So we launched the bridge about 6, maybe 7 weeks ago. And this is the bridge that allows you to get your XRP onto Flare in a fully decentralized way. And we've constrained that bridge so that because it's a new bridge, and we've seen various things happen with bridges over time. We've constrained the size of that bridge, so how much can come across. But pretty much every time we've hit our limits, and right now our limit's about 70 million XRP, and we're sitting about 65 million XRP. And so that's a huge amount of value that has been transferred onto Flare and is in the DeFi protocols. About 70% of the XRP that has been moved to Flare is at work in DeFi protocols earning a yield. The other 30% is waiting for Firelight. So, that is, the adoption's been huge. What's driving it is, I think, the fundamental thesis we have always had, which is these are huge assets. They are liquid assets. They are assets that you have not been able to do anything with, broadly other than hodl. And finally, Flare is providing a fully tooled ecosystem, and that is XRP.
When you have the perfect response in your head, but your fingers just can't keep up. We've all been there. Typing, deleting,
XRP Fi, so XRP Finance. And we see Firelight as really one of the core plants to XRP Fi on Flare, because it's pretty much it's sort of the risk levels within the cover that you are sort of signing up to is very similar to staking. So if you look across other blockchains, they have sort of staking protocols. And one of the core assets in DeFi is not actually the underlying unit like Ethereum. It's staked Ethereum. Because what's really nice is to be able to lock your underlying token, in this case, your FXRP, in a staking protocol and earn that staking yield. But then to be able to do more downstream once you've received your staked version of XRP, and you can take that to a lending protocol. You can borrow dollars against it. You can take it to a CDP protocol. You can mint a synthetic stable out of that. You can take it to a yield protocol, a yield trading protocol. You can trade off the yield if you think the yield is going to change over time. And so what we mean by XRP Fi is a full stack of protocols that allow you to do more, both with your XRP, but predominantly we think with staked XRP. And so XRP Fi is a catch-all term for all of the things you can do on Flare with your XRP.
Nice. I want to know a little bit more about transparency and why this is a better model. And I would like to get feedback from both of you on this.
Absolutely. I'll go first with the bridge and, why we're very keen on building DeFi. So, if you look at the historical offerings for XRP, they have been essentially send your money to a company and they do whatever they want with it. They trade it, they do that. And ultimately, pretty much every time they've done that, they've ended up losing it all. And then there's a bankruptcy case and everyone loses their XRP. And we saw this with Celsius. And there are some centralized vaults currently offering yield on XRP directly on the XRP ledger. But those entities are they're taking your XRP and they're taking them to a centralized exchange in order to earn yield through trading against that XRP capital. And that's very similar to what Celsius was trying to do. And the whole thing that Flare has done is that it has built an entire blockchain and an entire bridge and an entire set of smart contracts that allows you to effectively not ever trust a third party. And that's critical. So when you bridge to Flare, you're using Flare's protocols. You're not trusting a person. When you put your Flare, your FXRP into a smart contract, that smart contract is not the same as putting your money into a vault that is managed by someone that sends the funds off chain. It is a smart contract. It is monitored by the chain. It is it can only do what the smart contract rules allow it to do. Now, of course, if the smart contract rules are bad,
folks, the infrastructure that Flare Network is building is one of the best in this space, and they're not stopping with what they have. We saw Firelight, we saw what Flare Network wants to do in the world of we heard what it wants to do in the world of finance, in the world of DeFi, in the world of digital assets in general, but they want to do more. Look at this Hugo Fillion. We should tokenize more things on Flare. Look at this. We should tokenize more things. Sarah over here as well. Awesome, folks. This is great. I wish to tokenize my home on Flare. This is Iman Seek Flare and Iman Seek Flare and Yeshal. Let me check this out. Seek Flare and ye shall find it. Okay, so interesting name. Folks, despite the price action, I agree that the price action of Flare has been a bit under par. I know the entire market has been really, really choppy, really volatile, but Flare Network is also a part of that. And in the last year, as well as the last month or so, it has gone down, and it is now basically testing these crucial levels. Although, folks, it went up from this point onward. All the way to 25 cents from almost 1 cent to 25 cents. Sorry, 0.025. Yeah, basically. Not 25 cents, 2.5 cents, yeah. So it has come down again. Look at this crucial support level being tested. We are back to the point where we made that last rally. Let's hope that this point remains intact in terms of technicals. I know that in terms of technicals, things are looking a bit gloomy, and the entire market is at this time it is a bit depressing to be honest with you. Even the content make creators, I myself, when I you want momentum, you want something happening in the market, and then you like to make those videos, obviously. But these are the times that uh, differentiates good projects from the bad. So let us hope that Flare Network in the long haul makes it from these bad patches. By design, everything is built to be transparent, audited, and on chain. Audited by Open Zeppelin and CoinSpect. This for Firelight. Immunify Bounty, fully collateralized FXRP system with real-time monitoring, clear stake plus unstake flows. You can verify yourself. I saw a comment that they need to be much more secure, Firelight, but let's hope that they achieve the skepticism that even a few have. Markets go up and down. FXRP supply has been up only. Okay. The STXRP playbook will keep expanding. Yeah, let's hope it goes to the promised land like this. Yeah, this is great. The next phase of XRP-Fi arrives on Flare Network. Awesome. Yeah, look at this. DeFi on Flare Networks just got a major upgrade with the launch of Spectra. Keep earning variable rewards, lock in a fixed reward rate, sell your future rewards for cash today. So let's hope that Spectra Finance can provide something good for the Flare ecosystem. What is Spectra? Think of a yield bearing token like an apple tree. Normally, you own the tree and you get whatever applies, it grows. Spectra lets you split that ownership into two separate tokens, the tree, the apple seed. So basically a unique mechanism that you can go and search before doing anything, folks. You have to keep yourself updated. You need to realize what is happening because these things tend to be risky. DeFi itself sometimes is risky, but as far as the TVL is concerned, you can see that Flare has reached a new TVL milestone if we compare it to the last year. And this is the best part. This is why I say that price action at this point is not the only indicator. There are other indicators as well. Look at this. Compared to last year, this represents an increase of over 400%. And the best part is that this is just the beginning, folks. So awesome. Before you know, we will reach $1 billion next year target for sure. 1 billion basically. Yeah, I think it's terms of yeah dollars. It is 250 million almost. $301.71 million at this point. Yeah, the way it is growing, it has the potential to go big as well. This is also a crucial support level over here, folks, that we're seeing. I think we mean major support level, not major resistance. I think major support. Okay, so this is the other picture. This is brutal, I agree, because the price has been falling, and this is a crucial level, folks. Let's hope that this one, the breakdown towards these levels, this has been a false breakout. Let's hope that we regain good levels. Obviously, like I told you guys, some gloomy price action in the market, but let's hope that we go to the promised land. This is the wolf of all streets. XRP ledger circulation velocity hits 0.0324, highest level in 2025. Flare is contributing to this, according to Thanos, and yeah, Network is doing in a huge way. Yeah, look at this. Yes, Flare is contributing to this in a huge way, which will become much larger over time. It is a beautiful collaboration. I agree, folks. XRP and Flare Network. Basically, it seems to be a match made in heaven. Look at this level unlocked, 75 million FXRP minted. Awesome. What Flare Network is doing, folks, it is really great, and it is trying to build build finance, build a great future for finance as well. So, what do you guys think about Flare Network? Do you think it has what it takes to change finance for the better? I would really like your opinions. Do hit the comment box below and let the community know. Anyways, guys, this was it for the video. If you liked it, make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification icon if you're interested in utility coins and potential gems. And you can also support the channel by checking out Patreon by following the link in the description box below. Until next time, stay blessed and stay tuned. Thank you very much, everyone.